nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream today. I really appreciate it. Today's topic is there's no obligation to get married in the Philippines. And what we're going to do, before I get started, we're going to revisit this conversation that we were supposed to have had on the panel. But we kind of got away from that. So we're going to talk about it again. I'll let a few people get on here. Hey, Malibu Ken, I see you. Dan Stevenson, Leroy Williams, Maurice Holmes. Thank y'all for joining me. Yusuf Habib. I will say that the exchange rate is 51.25, man. It's going to keep going up now that the Philippines is open. I guarantee you that. Hey, Katrina Lickup. Thanks for joining me today. It's a nice profile pic you got, by the way. Hey, Michael. Yeah, if anybody has come through immigration at the airport here in the last few days since the Philippines opened, why don't you share your experience with us? Ask us what they're looking for. Are they strict? Is it easy to get through? What's going on, guys? Because that's very important. I've heard a lot of information, man, and I tell you, it's confusing. I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Hey, Cat PI Food, thanks for that super sticker. That's Eric Terry, my buddy from Miami, professor, by the way, also a frontline healthcare provider, man. This guy does it all. And Colombian women are crazy about it. 6 feet 5 inches in Florida. You mentioned that all expats return home eventually. Could you elaborate? Yeah, that's just something that I've seen over here. You know, once they reach a certain age, a lot of them go home unless they come over here and they're already that age. You know, I guess you can outstay. Well, that's not really what I want to say. What I really want to say is eventually you just go home. That's where you're from. I don't think I'll be here till I'm 80. I think I'll be here as long as I can enjoy the place. And I think a lot of people are like that. And I got the idea actually from a gentleman who's he's one of my subscribers. He said, Calvin, we're here now. He said, but in the next 10 years, we'll probably move back because, you know, once I get 70 and healthcare becomes more of an issue, we're going to go back to the United States. And I see a lot of guys going back as they get older. That's just something I've observed. It's just a perspective, really. It's to each his own. Some guys die over here. One subscriber, his father died over here, and they buried him here. But most of us eventually go back home because that's where we're from. Hey, Philip Cooper, what's going on? I've got two guests already. I've got my version of Ed McMahon, Rudy. We're going to ask him some questions about this Bitcoin craze that's been going on lately. And then we've got Terry Campbell. I'm going to go ahead, since it's your first time, Terry, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself and kind of give us a little background of who you are.
All right. Yeah, you know, Calvin, first off, thank you for having me on. My name is Terry Campbell. I'm from the USA, born in New York City, raised in the Northeast. Right now, I'm actually in California. I'm working as a truck driver right now. I'm 38 years old. Basically, I mean, I'm on kind of like the same path, like where you're at, as where I want to be at right now. I am coming to the Philippines soon. I've already got my tickets. I'm flying out there the 14th. I guess what I'm trying to show is that you don't have to be older or retired. Like this is a new generation, you know. You have a lot of younger Americans, a lot of younger Westerners that are kind of like fed up with the nonsense over here too. Like, and I don't want to work another 30 years, just to enjoy life. I mean, that's just the thought about that makes me want to jump off a building. So I enjoy my job right now. I do enjoy it, but I want to say roughly around 3 years ago, I began just looking into like what else could I do, and I began looking into like different types of online work, what's it called, remote work, digital nomad. Started getting more into that, and I wasn't sure where I was going, and I kind of found the Philippines by accident. I was actually talking to a woman from Europe, and beautiful woman, and I don't know. I mean, at the time I must have been like 34, 35. I was like, wow, if I could pull that over there, let me try and see what else I can get. And I joined the Facebook group, and I couldn't find any more European women, but there was a lot of Filipinas. So I started to learn more about the culture, the country. I fell in love with it, and I started making connections of Americans that were already living over there as we speak, and starting to see that there's a lot of us over there, a lot. And I just started doing my research, and then I think I came across your channel a little over a year ago, and that was like a blessing. That was a godsend. Like I watched every episode, all your back ones. I watched every episode you posted, and you told it real. You kept it raw, and that's what I really appreciated.
Wow.
So
Hey, thanks, man. I tell you, you're my type of guy. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I wish I was thinking like you were when I was in my 30s. But hell, I was in the nightclubs, drinking, smoking, getting high, chasing booty, and I wasn't thinking about leaving the United States, man. I was thinking about where I'm gonna get my next joint on land from. So I got to tip my hat to you, Tariq, man. I really do. I want to take this question right here because this is a good question from Jeffrey Hood. He says, "Hey, Calvin, greetings from Clearwater, Florida. Do you have an opinion on dating married women who do not have a relationship with their husband?" As a matter of fact, I do. The very first woman that I ever had a relationship with here in the Philippines, my first 2 weeks, because that was the last time I saw her. She was married. She didn't have an annulment. They couldn't afford it. She lived on the top floor of this building, and her husband and his new family lived on the bottom. So yeah, I've got some experience, not just an opinion. And if you could, because separated over here is just as good as a divorce, because they can't afford to get the annulment. And if you can find the right woman in the right situation, why not? That way you don't have to worry about getting married. Now, after a while, Jeffrey, I'm going to be honest with you. If love does develop, she may start pressuring you about helping to get that annulment. Hey, Rudy, let's just bring Rudy on. But before Rudy, I'll bring you on. Let me say thanks to the NTZ. I see Michael Beach of Life on here and Jacob Tanjay. Thank y'all so much for what y'all do, man. I lost all my moderators. I'm going to have to get some new moderators. But what's up, Rudy? I know the last time I talked to you, you were bragging about your advice on Bitcoin and how Ethereum had risen, and if people would have listened to you, they'd have earned some money. Now you're telling me today that it's going back down. What's going on in crypto world, Rudy? We can't hear you, Rudy. We can't hear you. Well, Rudy's having technical problems. And by the way, he is a IT tech. So get it together over there, Rudy. I surrender your license. Either one. Beggy says, I heard that only Philippine citizens are being allowed to enter and also require a medical certificate. Please investigate restrictions. Yeah, I heard the same thing that returning Filipinos have different qualifications than just the regular international tourists. But that's why I want to get it straight from the horse's mouth. Did I say what's up to Luis Martinez? So you've never been here, right, Tariq?
Nah, never.
Wait,
I mean, never have I been there. This is gonna be an adventure. I'm kind of jumping into the deep waters right now with this one.
well, not really. So you're coming over February the 14th?
No. July. I just have a few more things to take care of here.
Oh,
Just
okay.
family things. I do have a daughter, and I got to break it. My family knows they're not really in favor of it. They think I'm crazy, but so I just have some things to break up. To let them know.
Calvin, how is it now?
All right,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. Well, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you now, Rudy.
Okay, much better.
Yeah, go ahead and finish, Tariq, what you're saying.
Oh no! I was just saying that no. I'll be over there. July 14th. I'll be flying into Manila and staying in Angeles. For I'm not gonna say the foreseeable future, but for like the first couple of months, I'll be in Angeles, and we'll go from there. Where I'm going after that.
Oh, okay. Cat P.I. Food says, so where's the best city to meet women? Every place, really. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I live in a little small place like San Carlos City, and it's just beautiful women all over the place here. So there's no special place. Yeah, Rudy, tell us what's going on, man, in crypto world.
Yeah, well, if those guys listened to me in the beginning, when Bitcoin was only at 33, now it's like over 43, went up to 45, then came back down. So they would have made a couple of $100 or a couple of thousand, depending what they put in. I made a couple hundred already. And of course, I already made the profits. So I already did the conversions and exchanges. So it's still in my wallet, what you might call in USDT, which is a stable coin. So it's still there and waiting for it, crypto to either go up or go down. Then I can reinvest it back into the system again. But I made a couple hundred and I took out the profits already, and I'm waiting for it to do its next move and so forth like that on my side.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. I really admire you, Rudy, because you're doing exactly what somebody wrote in my comments yesterday about investing. And
Calvin, can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
For some extra income instead of trying to open up a business over here. And man, if I had the knowledge you had, I would have me a YouTube channel and I would be teaching people to do exactly what you're doing because, man, you're successful at it. And I got to tip my hat to you. But let me address this. Jason Marshall says, bro, I think it's illegal, to be involved with married women there. And I heard you can go to jail for it. Well, only if she's still married, meaning living with her partner, and he's still in love. Because separated over here, Jason, is just as good as a divorce. The only reason you're going to go to jail is if the other party brings charges, and you won't go to jail. She'll go to jail. How can they send you to jail? When you're international tourist, you're going to have your passport. You're going to say, hey, I just got over here yesterday. I don't know this woman was married. You can't lock me up for that. But she can get in trouble. And I'm going to tell you, the only time these men really come out of the woodwork and get angry with these women is when they have a baby. Now, I don't know why that is, but that's been my experience. When they have a baby, now the man wants to come out, press charges against the lady. Because one of her friends is in hiding right now. She's separated from her husband, living in with another Filipino man. Now she's pregnant. And we haven't seen her. She's hiding because she knows that if her husband finds out, he's going to press charges. He said I would sign up for that. See, Rudy, I would sign up for that. He says I hear roosters. I don't even hear the roosters. Who else hears roosters?
I don't.
But let me bring something else up. Be careful when you come over here, guys. There's no obligation to get married because here's what happened. And I wrote this down. It takes us years before we marry at home. And as soon as we land, the talk turns to marriage. And I'm going to tell you, Filipinos, they'll disarm you with their beauty, with the way they treat you. They make you feel like you're 10 foot tall. And pretty soon, you're filling out a cinema and, making arrangements to get married. But that's not an obligation. Now, just like Tariq was saying, this new generation over here, a live-in partner and having a better life is okay for a lot of these women. They don't want to get married. They want their freedom too. So just keep that in mind, especially guys like you, Tariq, who've never been over here, man. You're in for a treat. You never seen anything like this over here. I promise you, man. And you just got to be careful, man, because look at Rudy. He'll tell you. He got married. I did too. It took me 4 years, but I never should have gotten married, really. But there's no obligation, guys. We feel like we're obligated to get married when we come over here. It's very few people I've ever met, Joe's, by the way, not John's, who didn't eventually get married. And I'm like, why are we doing this? I don't get it. So you being a young guy, how old are you, Tariq? You say 38?
Yeah, I'm 38. Yeah, I'm 38. Never been married. I do have a daughter she'll be 18 this year, but never married, never even close to it. So, I thought I wanted to get married, but as I got to know, I'll just say this, respectfully, I found out that there's like a great rift between American culture and Filipino culture, and it's a learning curve. So it would be foolish for me just to come over there and just get married right away. I'm not saying I won't do it eventually one day, but it's not going to be this year, and I doubt it'll be next year either. It's going to take some time of me learning the culture, learning my, just getting acclimated to a new culture. 'Cause I know it's completely different over there.
Yeah, see, that's part of the appeal. When you get over here, you got all these plans, and then she puts the Filipino tune-up on you, man. And you lose all your faculties, man. You don't know up from down. You're signing the visa papers and you're doing all kind of crazy stuff. So the fact that you even thinking about it, man, that makes my antennas go up like, brother, you need to hang with some people when you get over here. Don't let that Filipino hold you hostage, man. Hey, John Paul, thanks for the super sticker, man. He says all the way from Poland, my bro from a different mother. Oh, man. Now I might frame this, man. This guy's all the way from Poland. It might be as far away as I've ever had a subscriber or a super chat, man. I'm impressed with that. But how long did you know your wife, Rudy, before you got married?
I knew her for like about 2 years.
So it took you 2 years to come over here?
No. I was talking to her already for 2 years when I met her the first time. And then after that, as you know, it took for filing the paperwork and so forth, it took 2 years before she actually came here. But we talked and I visited twice.
I mean, when you came over here to meet her, did you start the paperwork right away?
No, not really. We discussed it first and everything else before I started the paperwork. But I had to do to start the paperwork. Remember, you have to know the person for 2 years before you can actually do it. So
no, that's not true. You have to have seen the person in person.
Yes, I know.
2 years within the last 2 years.
I had a friend. His name was Larry. Bless him, and he passed away already. But he was in the military also, and he was a what you call uh, from the Navy, and he's the one that gave me the option and help regarding getting her over here. He told me that you have to have evidence for at least 2 years, so that'll make it easier when it comes through the
That's
what you
true.
call this. Well, it helped me. It helped me get her through because I know exactly when I filed it. I filed it on a January,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
after that, on April, they gave me the okay regarding the fact that she has a appointment. I went to the appointment with her at the U.S. Embassy at that time, and then once it was approved, what you call this? It took about spent there the whole day interviewing and so forth like that for 5 questions, which went through, and then after that, what you call this? She was here in June
Okay,
Mm.
of that
but
very
this is
same
what I
year.
want to tell you. You don't have to know the person for 2 years, Rudy. My ex, well, here's Janessa, guys. Hold on. Let me read the super chat. Thanks, Quintessential One, for the super chat. He says, Calvin, I love your show. You keep it 100 ID. Thank you, brother. We've got a special guest, Janessa. This is John's fiance, and I asked her to come on here in her time when she was ready. How you doing today, Janessa? Janessa?
Yeah,
Can,
I'm
can you?
feeling okay now.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, we're not going to keep you long. We know that you're still in the grieving process and everything. Um, is anything you want to say to the community? Is anything? Yeah. Just
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all who pray for John and support and help him. Thank you so much for all the prayers.
okay. But I just want to make it clear. John is cremated, right? Has John been cremated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about his
Yeah.
hospital
Yes.
bill? That hasn't been paid yet, right? What about the death certificate? Do you have that?
No, I don't know yet for the family. It's confidential.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
No,
thank you.
nothing.
Mm.
So, are you going to move back to St. Carlos City? Or are you moving back home? Are you going to move back to St. Carlos City? Or are you moving back to Negros Oriental?
I already told my aunt to get all the things move out in our apartment.
So you're going back
No,
home.
I'm going back to Negros Oriental.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's understandable. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Janessa. I just wanted
All
everybody.
the things, all
Yeah,
our things I already pulled out inside our
uh,
apartment. Yes, I'm going back home. Yeah,
well, we're here for you, like we already told you. So if you ever need any help,
yes, thank
don't
you so
hesitate.
much.
Don't hesitate to contact me and Marilyn.
Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you to everyone who loves John.
Yeah. We're sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. I saw John on the show a few times, and his death is. I don't know. He was just on the show. It seems like, and then he was gone. So it was definitely shocking. Sorry for
Yeah.
your loss.
But okay, Janessa, we're not gonna hold you. We know
Oh, yes,
you're
thank
busy,
you.
got a lot to do. Take care and stay
Thank you
safe
so
with us.
much.
See you later. Yeah, she wanted to come on and just to say thank you for all the help, all the prayers. I mean, she's beside herself, guys. You can see that um, she can't function right now. I'm still shocked, so I can imagine what she is. But thanks, Dana Middleton, for that super sticker. Also, thank you, brother, for the great information. We had a great panel on Tuesday, man. Maybe the best one I've had since I've been coming on here, because there was a lot of good information shared, and I want to thank them guys for that. Yusuf Amal Habib says, yeah, don't rush to get married. I knew my ex for a few years till we finally got married. Marriage only lasted a year. I knew her for years, and it was the biggest mistake, regret. Kiss Keep It Simple says, if you mess with a married chick in the Philippines, you never know what's coming after you do it. Trouble just comes in the grass. Yeah, a lot of times the husband may get jealous. Okay. But usually this has been my experience because, like I said, I dealt with a married woman, and then I know some people who are dealing with married women. I know married Filipinos who are dealing with just locals. They usually don't get involved unless they have babies. Once you have a baby, for some reason, they get offended, man, and they come after. Dana Mills said, hello, everyone, go Bengals. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that Super Bowl. Put one up if you're for the Bengals, two for Los Angeles. How long you gonna stay here, Tariq?
I'm hoping for good. I mean, I have to go. I don't have to leave. I'm really wanting to stay permanently. I want this to be a permanent move, dude. I would really like this to be for good. Some people told me to try it out for just a month or 2 weeks, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I've been planning this now for the last 3 years. COVID threw a monkey wrench, but in a way, it was a blessing in disguise because it helped me to make more connections, save more money. And I think I'm ready. You know, I'm just trying to go out there with an open mind, no expectations, you know, and yeah, I'm in this for the long haul.
What type of income you working with?
Well, right now I got my Tesla certification, you know, and
okay. What'd you say again? Let me ask you something. Can you fix your lighting? We can't see you.
I'm sorry. I'm in my truck, so it's getting darker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can see you now.
I can lean back like this. Yeah, I can lean back. I'm
sorry. Yeah, we can see you. Now, what kind of income you dealing with?
Right now, you know, let's say right now, I have a good size savings. I've been saving driving this truck. That's one thing. I know that won't last forever, but I got a Tesla certification. That's one thing. That's teaching English as a second language. I've been in contact with some companies that, you know, working online. They'll hire you. It won't be the greatest money, maybe $10 to $15 an hour, but it'll probably be at the end of the day between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. I'm actually in the process right now of getting certified in digital marketing. Right now, digital marketing, social media marketing, SEO. I'm studying it as we speak now. I was gonna take the certification test through Facebook and Google when I got out there, and you know, try and land work, you know, online. You know, that's what I'm looking for right now, and I have a few other things I want to do. I started a YouTube channel, you know, streaming this and that. I have people helping me, so that's that's more like we'll see how that goes. But right now, the more solid work right now is definitely the teaching English and digital marketing right now, which I could work for an American company from here and make a good income.
That's right. That's exactly right, and that's a good idea. I tell guys all the time, if that's what you plan on doing, go ahead and get it set up before you get over here, because they've got decent internet here where you can work online. A lot of guys work online over here. Jeffrey Hood, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Calvin, can we just volley on the tennis court when I get into town? Absolutely. Shall be there in June. Please give my super chat to Janessa. You're a good man. Peace out. Okay. Now, you know, YouTube takes 45% of that, But what I'm going to do, that $50 you're giving, I'm just going to give the $50. I'm going to match your contribution, and I'll give the $50 to Janessa. I'll send it to her today, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Jeffrey. Bray says, I remember lots of times foreigners marry a Filipina and have no idea they're marrying her entire family too. Many Filipinos will expect you to take care of their family too. Mindanao, 10 years now. Yeah, some of them will, but not a lot of them, not all of them. It hasn't been my experience, but you're right. Know what you're dealing with, guys, before you jump in there. Because they'll make you feel 10 foot tall. You done lost all your faculties. You're not thinking straight. You know, she's going to change your oil every night. And you're just going to, throw all your common sense out the window. I'm just wanted to remind you that it's not a requirement. It's not an obligation. You're holding the cards. So if you don't want to get married, just say, look, I'm not ready to get married. Don't let her pressure you, because you're probably one guy who's going to come over here to see her. There's going to be 1,000 ladies in line waiting to take her place, man, especially if you're a decent human being, man, because they're looking really for judge. They're looking for character over here. We don't get lucky. The Filipino gets lucky. We usually get unlucky. They get lucky. They don't know what they don't know who they're meeting when they get online. They have no idea. Whether it's going to be a moonshine shoulder, sunshine shoulder, sex pet, pedophile. They have no idea. Is the guy rich? Is he poor? Is he a woman beater? Well, they have no idea, man. They take a big chance. But us, on the other hand, we have it a little bit easier. All right, but it's still volatile though, man. I didn't do it, and that's why I'm suggesting you don't do it. I didn't do it. It took me 4 years, and I probably shouldn't have got married under those circumstances. Phil Anns to the Highlands says, if you're going to be in Angeles, I wouldn't commit to anything. That's like the playland of the Philippines. I would recommend taking a trip up to Olongapo for a week or two to see a bit of a better experience. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. But you got to understand, there's two type of 10s over here. People, they're always in my comments, it's the inside that counts. Guys, y'all know that we're looking at the outside first. All right. Yeah, on down the line, you may want the inside too, but we want the 10. There's two 10s. There's the 10 that you can get real easily in the bar, okay? Because that's where they are. That's one of the prerequisites for getting that job. You have to be beautiful. And there's the 10s out here on the street, which is going to take a little bit more work. So yeah, if you want the easy 10, go ahead to the bar, sign up for that, and all I can tell you is good luck. How much did you know about your girlfriend, Rudy, before you married her?
What you call this? I met her, when someone introduced me to her. And then
no. I'm saying, how much did you know about her?
Very little. Very little until I start questioning her.
Now, this is what I'm writing down now. Were you asking the easy questions or were you asking the hard questions? Because we have a tendency to give them a pass. We want to ask the hard questions.
No, well, I asked her like her education and what she did, what made her, what her family and her brothers, her sisters, if she had any of that, and what she called it. Then she answered all of them, and what she wanted to do and what she went for college for, and then she told me about her family regarding the father, the mother, and so forth like that. But I didn't know anything regarding her really what her background was of her family until I really got down to the nitty gritty, and I asked her brothers when I finally got to talk to them regarding, as like you said, their family is the one that really knows who they are. So yeah,
That's
that's
right.
when uh, that's when I really knew what she was and how she was and everything else. When I asked her brothers exactly what she was like when she was young and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, man, we gotta ask the tough questions right up front, man. Do you want to come to my country? You know, why you even want to deal with a foreigner? I live 8,000 miles away. I'm
Hmm.
30 years older than you. Have you dealt with foreigners before? You know, what do you expect from me? But we don't do that. Hey, Gregory Doral, he said, just became a subscriber. Not sure who John is, but if you knew him, he has got to be solid. Sorry for y'all's loss. Hey, welcome to my channel, Gregory. Yeah, John was Moonshine Shoulders. If you go on the Sunshine Shoulders and Moonshine Shoulders Happy Hour, you'll see John. Yeah, he was. I'm still in a state of shock. Well, he had some heart problems. Airport atheist. He said airport atheist. That's funny, man. John Paul, thanks for the super chat. He says 1,500 per month pension. I was thinking that English teaching I would get 1,000. Will it be enough? Absolutely. Now remember, I always tell you that depends on where you live and how you live, but I believe I can live anywhere outside of BGC in Manila for 2,500 a month. The Philippine Statistics Authority says that if you earn 3,808 US dollars per month, you're considered rich over here. So 2,500 is a lot of money over here, and you will live good. You know, and you know, John used to drink, smoke, and do everything he was grown to do, and he didn't go over 1,750. So yeah, PLN 2,500 is a good life over here. If you go back and watch my video, the $3,000 budget is a myth. At that time, I'm living off about 14 or 1,500 a month. Now I'm taking care of it's me, my girlfriend, her two daughters. Booby was a baby, so you know I really don't count her. And her mother, we hired her to be the nanny. And man, we live good. But I'm in San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, by the way. It's it's affordable here. What? So you flying into Manila, Tariq? Is that where you're gonna settle up there in Luzon?
No, actually, I don't. Like I said, I wanted to check out. Initially, I wanted to check out Davao City, but I met someone out about 2 years ago, another Black American who's been out there for about a little over 10 years, and we talked. We talk, me and him talk every day. We actually, built, let's say, a good friendship, and he was advising me that I wouldn't go to Davao right away, and he explained to me things that he had gone through when he first got to the Philippines in 2008. And he told me it's a learning curve, with the culture and everything, and that you don't know that basically if you're in an area where you're the only foreigner in certain areas, you don't really know anyone. You're kind of like a sitting duck, especially if you don't know anyone. And I checked around and I was told that Angeles, as much as I don't want to be in an area like that per se, everyone think I'm going out there to be a sex pet, which I'm not. I was told that because of the Air Force base that's there, the infrastructure is very good. The roads are good. The Wi-Fi is excellent. So I'll actually be able to work a little easier up there than if I was to move, to like a smaller area where the Wi-Fi and electric are a little bit more shady. But eventually, I'm gonna start once the country opens up more, and you can go from island to island easier. I'm gonna start exploring and see where I like the best. But just for the
Yeah.
initial getting there, that's my base.
Here's that super chat from Jeffrey. Yo, Jeffrey, I'm gonna just give her the whole 50. Okay. But yeah, Tariq, here's something you gotta I want you to think about. But hold on, let me get this. Ronell, thanks for the super chat. He said, would you go back to USA in the future with your family? No. That's why I built this house. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm gonna go back to the United States to visit my daughter. I got 4 grown daughters there, and I got grandkids, and friends and family. Probably once or twice a year, but I built this house here, man. This is my home now. I'm 58. When I get 75, probably, you know, if if they said, hey, look, your engine shot, and there's nothing we can do, you're headed to the junkyard, the scrap heap, then yeah, I'll probably go back to the United States, man. But as long as my engine's running, man, I can enjoy this beautiful place over here. I'm going to stay over here. But thanks, Ronell. But yeah, let me get back to you, Tariq. There's a lot of places over here that have good internet, a lot of foreigners, and you're not going to be a sitting duck anywhere, really.
Okay.
Now, sitting duck, when I said that I was talking about when we live out in the province, which you're not going to live there. That wouldn't be a good option for you because you want the internet, you're young and all of that, okay? I'm saying a lot of times we're sitting ducks if somebody wants to do us harm, okay? We're sitting ducks. That's why I don't live in the province. But you've got Angeles City, you got Metro Manila, which includes not just Manila, but Quezon City, Cavite, bunch of places like that. You've got Cebu City, Davao, Dumaguete, Bacolod City, Iloilo City, General Santos, even Zamboanga City. These are big places, man, with good internet, a lot of foreigners, a lot to do. But you can't lose by going into Angeles City. What part of the Philippines was your girlfriend from, Rudy?
She was from Vegan, up Ilocos Sur, to be exact.
Okay, now is that considered Luzon?
Yes, Luzon, but that's up north. What you call this? Where Ilocos Norte, or the Marqueses are from. But she lives in
Oh, okay.
Ilocos Sur, which is the south part of it.
Yeah. So they got some nice beaches there. I told.
Yes.
I'm told.
Yes, La Union is a place that has a lot of beaches and so forth. That's where if you would like, that's where the vacations parts are, where there's a lot of surf and sand and so forth. Hotels right next to the beach where you like it, and then you can go there to the beach. There's a lot of tourists that actually go there, or even Filipinos that go there for vacation, so you can go there. But Ilocos Norte is where the Marqueses are and so forth. That's where the big windmills are. If you like to go see those are large windmills. Those are the power windmills that the U.S. have. They have it up there.
I have a Filipina subscriber. Her name is Crisel Sebastian. She has a channel, by the way. That's where she's from, man. And I'm friends with her on Facebook, man. Some beautiful places there. I mean, really beautiful. Dana Middleton, thanks for this. He said, for U.S. travelers, your white COVID cards are acceptable. You do not need the WHO yellow COVID card. Now, what about that health pass? And I'm hearing that they're really strict on the COVID insurance also. You heard anything on that, Dana? But yeah, hey, Salim, he says, hey, man, how is it? It's going good. The electrician is here, by the way. He's going to finish today. I'm sure of that. So my next video, I promise you, will be my finished gate. But you can't lose with that Angeles City, but you're probably going to pay a little bit higher rent there, Tariq, if that's something you're concerned about. If I were you, and this is just me, I would move into Cebu first. And I'm going to tell you why. Cebu is on Cebu City, by the way. It's on Cebu Island. It's so many places you can go to without ever leaving that island. And once you get outside of Cebu, the traffic's not even bad at all. See, when you get up there and you start dealing with that Luzon around Angeles City and all those places, and that traffic's going to kick your behind, man. And that's something to think about. Ronell, thanks
Like
for
I
that.
said, I mean, nothing's set in stone right now, though. So
Yeah. You got some time, but look into Cebu. Where'd you say he lived? Davao? Your friend?
no. He lives in Angeles. He lives in Angeles.
Who did you say? What did you say about Davao?
Oh no, I was just saying that I had initially thought I was because I was studying cities and they were saying that Davao was the safest city in the Philippines, and
Yeah.
I was thinking about my security, so I figured, yeah, let me just try Davao, and I guess talking to him, he was just telling me like he told me that there's an expat community out there, but Angeles is more where I guess more Black Americans are at, and you'll find more of a concentration of us in that area.
Yeah.
If
Well,
that was an issue.
Cebu has a lot of, if that's what you feel comfortable with, a lot of brothers in Cebu. When I went to Cebu during the typhoon, right before the typhoon, I went to Ayala Mall, man, and they've got a tight community there, man. I don't care what expat community there. I mean, that's just a place, but make sure that you go ahead and make it, see, one of the problems we have as human beings is we slow to make a decision and we quick to change our mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to make that decision of where you're going to stay when you get here and stick to it, it's going to help you, man.
Okay.
Instead of flipping around. Ronell, thanks for the super chat. He says, is Asia and the Philippines open? It is. It is. 300 River says, bro, you're going to have to come up with a better plan. Are you talking about the young guy? Well, I don't think he will. That's good money over. If he's making $15 to $20, what'd you say, $15 an hour?
Yeah, about that. $15 an hour is like the average rate that you're getting from like countries like Vietnam, Cambodia. I know Saudi Arabia pays a little bit more. Yeah, I mean that's not bad money. I mean, it's not good money for the United States, but over there, that's great money to live, especially if you're budgeting right. I don't drink, don't smoke, don't have any really bad vices. I'm into working out a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, it's not like I'm gonna be at the bar every day either, so.
Yeah. Let me remind you guys that your biggest expense is not going to be the bar. It's going to be that woman laying next to you. That's the biggest expense. As long as you can control that and get a handle on that, you're going to be okay. Animal Video said, would like to do a collaboration video. I'll come meet you in the Philippines. I'm open to that, but I've got to investigate your channel and make sure, I don't want to get any kind of trouble, to be honest. Here's Janessa. She says, once again, thank you so much for the prayers, everyone, and help and support. I appreciate it a lot. Sorry, I'm still in pain right now. I miss John so bad. Yeah, we understand that, Janessa, and we're here for you. And I can just only imagine what you're going through. Dominique Jones says, you see many young brothers from the U.S. 20 to 30 in the Philippines. I don't see a lot, but I saw a young brother. I don't know if he was in the army or whatever he was. He was in Dumaguete. Him and his Filipino girlfriend, our wife, she was pregnant. He couldn't have been no more than, I would say, 23 or something. Sharp-looking young man. But no, I don't see a lot that young. Normally, brothers that young, they're in the DR, Brazil. I'm trying to let them know that they've got an option out here, Dominique. But thanks for that super chat. Now, this is something for you, Rudy. Gasian Shako says, it's possible to use crypto over there. Explain to us. What? He saw what?
It's for
No, you tell him we got 5,000, honey. That's as far as we're going. I'm not going any higher than that. I'm sorry. You tell him that. How many lights? Because he got 4 lights, so he wants 6. Because he's saying what? Oh, so he was going to charge just for those 2 lights and that 3,000. Really? So just because he's got those other 2 lights, he's going to charge us 3,000 for those other 2 lights? And you tell him I got 5,000, I'm not going over that. And he don't want it, I'm sorry, he can go. I'm not going to put up with that. Imagine. See, they done got on my nerves, man. He's going to try to charge. Now imagine this now. I've got all the materials, everything. All he has to do is come over here, put the lights in. He's trying to charge me 6,000 pesos, man. See, that's what you have to deal with sometimes over here. And it pisses me off. Nobody's paying him to count money here. Nobody's paying. There's no way in hell. I can guarantee you that he's a great electrician, don't get me wrong. He's the one that did the work on the house. But I guarantee you that the engineer didn't pay him anywhere near that for wiring this whole damn house. I'm not stupid. But, it's just how it is, man. I'm pissed off now. They get on my nerves when they do that. Try to take advantage of me. Robert James says, be more afraid of a Geico than a Filipino. I'm not afraid of those small ones. I like those small ones because they help you with the insects and stuff. But the bigger ones that you see, if you go out in the province around those coconut trees, man, they're creepy, man. They're about 4 or 5 inches long and maybe about 1.5 inches wide, man. They're creepy, man. Okay, yeah. See,
Calvin,
I told him 5,000. He said okay, but really he knows that's even too much. But I had already made it up in my mind that I'm going to have to pay extra, so I set my limit at 5. And I wasn't coming down. I put the damn lights up myself. James Franklin says, friendly stranger, put in for a secondary claim. Started now. Folks think Philippines time is slow. Then they have never dealt with VA time. Wow. Oh, man.
Calvin.
Somebody else says there are budget plans set up if you stay in Asia or Philippines for us in the USA. I don't understand what you mean a budget plan. You have to set up your own budget plan, Ronell. I did a video. If you sing, are you going to be single, Ronell? Are you going to be with your girlfriend? Does she have children? A lot of that's going to decide your budget. Where are you going to live? What do you like to do? What's your lifestyle? That sort of thing. Hey, Ron Bizzle, thanks for the super chat. He said, hey, Cal, which is another way to send funds to Sunshine Shows other than super chat? Thanks. Well, I've got a PayPal that's in all of my descriptions. And then, you can send any remittance service like that. But mainly it's PayPal or, Western Union, MoneyGram, something like that. But thank you, Ron Bizzle, for that super chat. Yeah, the VA must be really slow, James. Because I tell you, Filipino time is slow, man. And that's one of the things that me and my girlfriend's only thing we really get into it about. Because really, Filipino time is, I'm going to get around to doing it when I'm ready. There's no set time. And I'll be thinking like, man, did you already pay the electric bill? No, I didn't pay it. And it'd be 3 days, then passed. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all he said, let's help. He said, please, Brasilero Shelton. That's my buddy. He's a big Brazil guy. I'm trying to get him to come over to the Philippines. He said, please, let's help Cal out, guys, and hit that like button. Yeah, he says 227 watching, only 86 likes. Let's show Cal some love. Hey, thanks, my Anu 007.
Calvin, do you want me to answer that question about the crypto?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Rudy.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you can. Crypto is what you call prevalent in the Philippines because I. That's how what you call. If you look carefully, there's an app like I've been telling people like it's called Coins.ph, which is the Filipino version of what you call Coinbase, but it's in the Philippines. And what you call with that small little app, if you ever take a look at it and download it, it's free. And once it's verified, you can exchange crypto there to any what you might call to the peso or even Gcash, and then you can use it to pay your bills, pay power, pay water, pay everything that you needed. It's including pay your loans for your banks and so forth, and they will take it because it's converted to a peso coin, which is tied to the peso, so you can actually pay your bills with that peso coin.
Also, you go online and convert that.
Well, you can, and I can send you if you'd like. Like I can give you an example. Like if you want, you can download the app on your phone, and I can send you once you're verified. I can even send you Bitcoin or even Litecoin or any kind of coin. Then you can convert it to the peso coin that will be that or Gcash, and then you can use it to cash out or withdraw or even pay directly from the app on your phone to pay
Oh,
bills
wow.
and so forth like that. Yeah, so it comes in handy when, of course, my relatives and my nieces and my nephews in the Philippines need some extra 500 to 1,000. I send them over Bitcoin and or even Litecoin or any coin that I have, and then they convert it to peso, and then they pay the bill, which is of course really cheap because their bills only amount to like 500 to 1,000 pesos, which is
Let me
real
ask you
cheap.
something. Can you pick that up at like Palawan and them lawyer then too?
Any if you look at the little app, the app has what you call pay bills and so forth like that, even electrical bills, and they're tied into some of the main electrical electrical agencies in the Philippines. Like there's you can pay your bills even in Davao, you can pay it in Cebu, you can pay it even in Manila because of course Manila has a big what you call this crypto community over there. So
Yeah.
what it is, including the water bills. So if you want to pay your water bills, you can just directly go there, and if you have any amount of Gcash or peso, you can just pay it directly there, or even it's connected to even banks and so forth, like PNB and what you call this BDO and so forth. If you have loans there, you can pay directly into it, and that way you don't even have to leave the house or anything else. You just pays directly into it.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the super chat. He says, "Verily I say unto you," he says, "is having two girlfriends living in the same house okay?" It's not okay, guys. You see that? I've seen that on a video here, and I wouldn't do that over here, man. But who knows if they agree to it? But I think you're disrespecting the culture and all that, man. You can have as many women as you want, one at a time. I wouldn't try that. Filipinos are so jealous. I mean, Filipinos rather. Well, I guess men too. Ron L says there's a VA hospital in the Philippines if you're a veteran or military. If you get sick, I need emergency. Yes, a clinic, and I think you have make sure you enroll and sign up for that before um, you just come over here and try to walk in there. It's on the grounds of the U.S. Embassy, and also it's either the foreign. I always get this mixed up. Foreign medical program or foreign medicine program. It's actually the in-house. I mean the inpatient care. Hey, thanks, Christoph Wolfgang. Uh, he said for the super chat. He said, "What's up, sir? Are you still looking into solar? See, I got you now for your house. I am. Once I get this fence completely finished, um, we're going to start looking into it because we got a neighbor right behind us. Their whole house is solar, by the way. James Johnson said, hey, Calvin, quick question for you. I have the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Is that acceptable in the Philippines? Yes. I took the Sinovac, Coronavac here, and it's even acceptable. Yeah, it's acceptable. Just make sure you got your vaccine card, that health pass, your your COVID insurance, and I think you're going to be okay. Yeah, he said, sorry, there's no VA hospital in the Philippines. VA Manila outpatient clinic in the Philippines is the only VA healthcare facility. Yeah. Thanks, Daniel, for that information, by the way. Yeah. But what Rudy's doing is something different, though. He's mining crypto. And he got smart, didn't you, Rudy?
Yeah. I mine crypto for my machines and so forth like that. That's how I get it. Then I reinvest it into the market depending on where it's going to go up and down. So that's how I do it. Also, there's another way, which is the passive way, which of course you just store the crypto inside these little wallets, and they pay you interest, which is more than the interest rate in the bank. And then of course that's where you get your profit because it's passive, and you just leave it in there, and it just makes it grow and grow and grow. Of course, there's a airdrop. What's that?
He said, what's that app again that you were telling me to download on my phone?
Coins.ph.
Coin.ph, easy, Mark. Let me ask you something, Tariq. So you're from New York, so you drove your truck all the way out to California, or are you living in California?
No, I'm OTR right now. I'm actually living in Connecticut right now, which is like I live like an hour outside of New York City, and no, I started a new job hauling Amazon trailers, and they basically told me that they would pay me $2,000 a week to if I would drive out in the West Coast. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. So they sent me on a run from Pennsylvania to Texas, from Texas to Denver, from Denver to Vegas, and I've been out in the West Coast, the last few months now.
Oh, okay. So how you like driving a truck, man? How is that?
Honestly, it has its good and bad. I like it more than I dislike it. It can be rough sometimes because I drive overnight. To really get anywhere, especially if I'm going to like Los Angeles, you have to drive at night because otherwise you won't get anywhere in Los Angeles. So I do like a lot of night driving. Like right now, I've been up 24 hours. But you meet all different kinds of people. I've been all over the country. I was actually in your area a few times. I was listening to your live and your videos, and I was going through Louisville, Owensboro. Yeah, I was going all through there. I was up and down there all the time. Frankfurt. So I've met all different types of people. I mean America's not as bad as people make it out to be. Despite some of the issues we've had, I've met a lot more friendly people, and the friendliest people have been in the areas where I didn't even realize they would be, like Mississippi, Alabama, and you never know sometimes, man. But I do like driving. It is good money. If things didn't work out, I could always come back to driving. That's the thing, though. But I do like driving, and like I said, it pays well enough that I'm able to save a substantial amount of money in a short period of time.
He says, how do you mine something that doesn't exist? Well, I guess Bitcoin is something like stocks. It's all speculation anyhow, right?
Calvin, let me answer him.
Yeah,
I can answer that. Per se, it's not really mining because they're just making a name for what it is. But mining in crypto means that you confirm the transactions that are being made buying and selling the crypto, which means that it's put on the blockchain as a ledger, and then once it's on the blockchain, then it's already confirmed that it's being there. So each time the your machine or my machine is confirming the transaction because it's doing the mathematical equation for that transaction, then it's given a small piece. That's it. That's what mining really is. It's not really per se mining.
So you're gonna go up there and get it. Where are you gonna buy it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, this guy says Yaster Travel said investing in mining is for noobs in crypto. I've been in it since 2012, so you guys will never make any real money. I think Rudy's just trying to make an extra income. If you're living in the Philippines and you're retired and you got your, I think what do you think you earn on the monthly? Just give us a quick estimate, Rudy, monthly.
Well, if you mine crypto, I mine crypto. I have like at least 6 machines doing it, or they're called mining rigs. I make like the low end I make $50 a week. The high end I make like $120 to $200 a week.
Yeah,
and that's because of the fact that okay, in mining per se, you will gain the amount that you get depending on the transaction. So even if crypto goes down, the transactions that are forming inside crypto because of the buying and selling, you're still going to get a lot of the portion. So even though if crypto is going down because of the fact that those people are selling the crypto, I'm still getting a piece of the pie because no matter what they do, I'm still getting the piece of the pie. It's like insurance, you might say, because no matter what, the people are just paying to you, right? Because they want to make sure they get. For me, no matter what they do, from either selling or buying, I get still a piece of the pie because I'm the one, what you might call confirming the transactions that they're making.
Oh, okay. James Johnson says, including plane ticket, is $6,000 too much for a 2-week stay? Not if you're the Filipina. She's going to say, yeah, bring that 6,000 on over here. But that's a lot of money, man. You won't spend anywhere near that. I don't know what you could do over here other than setting money on fire and throwing it out the window because you spend 6,000 in a 2-week stay over here. So just say your ticket is, let's say 1,500. You got 4,500, man. Let's just say, let's round it out. That's 250,000 pesos. Man, that's a lot of money, James. I mean, if you're a baller like that, come on. But you don't need that much. I mean, you could stay in 5-star hotels every single night for that 2 weeks and you wouldn't spend that. What about taxes on crypto, Rudy?
The only time that you actually pay taxes on crypto is when you exit out or withdraw into your bank account, and then they see the amount of money that's going in as real money, and that's when you pay taxes. Of course, the only time I do that is when I need to pay off bills and so forth like that I need help. But everything else stays inside the my wallet and so forth until I need it.
He says these old dudes aren't interested in anything new. Well, when it comes to investing, as you get older, your strategy changes, 300 Rivers. I just want to remind you that. When you're young, you can take more risk because you still got many years to work on that damn hamster wheel to recoup your losses. You're 58. I'm going to be 59. And I don't have a whole lot of money to be losing in speculation. Then how am I going to recoup it? I'm not getting back on that hamster wheel. That's a fact, but yeah, your strategy changes. I'm an insurance agent, man, and I wouldn't sell annuities because I just didn't agree with the philosophy, but that's one of the ideals that you try to, what I want to say, to explain to the client, because annuities aren't supposed to be as risky as the regular market and all of that. But yeah, your strategy changes as you get older, man. And hell, we're living our best lives over here. If it ain't broke, don't break it, guys. Okay, if you're doing something good, don't get into crypto because you want to be hip. Kona Ranger, this is absolutely right. He said Hotel Shangri-La, LA, in Cebu was only 1,000 for the week, 5 stars. Yeah, it's about that much. We were staying in the Hena Laguna in Boracay, and normally it was 9,000 per night. We caught a break and were able to get it for 3,500 per night because they were just now reopening. But even 9,000 per night, that's a 5-star hotel, 4.5 stars. That's not even 200 a night. He said they would love you long time with that. Oh man, you gotta catch hell now with that 6,000. He says if you bring 6,000 for 2 weeks in the Philippines, they'll make you president. Yeah, see, I really acted as a fiduciary, man. Even though I wasn't technically that when I was in the insurance business. I wouldn't put anybody in it just to make a commission. I always looked after my client's best interest. That's why I was able to last so long as I was. Beach of Life said someone scammed me into an annuity when I came back from Iraq. I'm glad I did because it's still good and I'm looking to buy more. Yeah, it just depends. You know, as you get older, annuity it's not a bad thing, but the fees associated with investing, period, guys. Look into that. It's a great, the next live stream I do, I'm going to put the name of the video because I'm going to go back and watch it. It shows you, man, what you're paying because, you know, you only really win in investing over a long period. That's why a lot of us don't invest. And over a long period of time, man, the 2% that they charge you every year, man, it adds up, man, eats into your profit, man. And before long, you've paid more in fees than you're getting in profit. So, you know, be careful of that. Harold Teal, this is exactly right. The best investment is in yourself. Save your own money. I can count on that for sure. Yeah, Frank. See, this is what I'm saying. You only want safe investments once you retire because we're not young anymore. I mean, how many people remember that? What was that? That big scandal out in Texas. I think it was Houston, Texas. Enron. You see what happened there, don't you? Imagine one guy was getting ready to retire. He had $1 million in his 401k. He went to draw it out. There was 1,000 left. He had to go back to work. You got to be careful, guys, with this stuff. THC says, I'm retiring at the end of this year. I want to come to the Philippines for a 2 or 3 week vacation to check it out. How did I get started planning this trip? No, absolutely nobody in the Philippines. I get this question all the time, and I'm going to tell you like I tell them. I was the same way. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. Didn't know anybody here. But the wonderful thing I discovered was for an American, man, it's easy to assimilate into the Philippines because everything's in English. You know, all the signage is in English. A lot of the population speaks English. You're welcome here. You're genuinely welcome here. Nobody's going to bother you when you get off the plane. Rent is super cheap. It's easy to find your way around here in the Philippines because they treat everybody here as if you're in the first grade. So the first thing I would do is I would just start watching these vlogs, looking online about where you want to settle, where you want to vacation when you come here. Now remember, being an expat and being a tourist, man, I'm going to do a video on this eventually. They're two different things. But for 2 to 3 weeks, you're a tourist. And, you know, this is an easy place. Just decide where you're going to come. Go ahead and buy your ticket, make your reservations, and come on over. Daniel Bradford says, don't bring a lot of money to the PI. Withdraw what you need from the ATM once you arrive. I'm going to have to disagree with that. Now, I'm not going to say bring a lot of money. I agree with that. But stay away from those ATMs, man. If you're gonna be here 2 weeks and you got $2,000, the minute I get off the plane, I'm going to cash in 1,000 at the exchange place. And then if I need more, I'm going to go back to the exchange, money exchanger, and do the other 1,000. I'm leaving that ATM alone unless you've got one of them fancy accounts, remember. Oh my God, these guys got a lot of money, guys. Do y'all realize the channel you're watching? He said, would bringing $8,000 be enough of a budget for traveling to the Philippines? How long you gonna be here, Consumer Watch? If you're gonna be here a month, absolutely. And that would be, man, you'll be balling out of control, Tariq, if you had $8,000 for 1 month over here. This is the Philippines, guys. I want to remind you, the cost of living here and your living expenses, man, are very, very low under any circumstances. So unless you're going to be here for 2 or 3 months, man, 8,000 is a lot of money. Hey, Ron, hold on, let me do this, and I got you, Tariq. Thanks for the super chat. He said, Cebu City looks nice for a large city. How's it on the tip? Oh, man, you'll love Cebu. You'll love Cebu, man. It's easy to get around. It's got everything Manila has, but it's not Manila. It's a lot smaller than Manila. It's nowhere near as congested. And you're in the Visayas region, man. People are a lot more friendlier, in my opinion. And then you're so near a lot of other unbelievable places. But yeah, it's a city, 4 or 5 million. Go ahead, Tariq. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. No, there's no big. I was just gonna ask. I'm coming with 40,000. But I plan on having something already set up when I come. You know, income coming in when I come. Would that be enough to hold me over to get like the little amenities, just like a studio, a motorbike, just the little things like that, and have enough just to be comfortable, just in case I have to dip into like rainy day.
Yeah, a motorbike here. See, your rent and your actual living expenses, your rent, your utilities, your food, that's going to be the smallest part of your budget. I mean, it's basically now you're living. Now you got to take into account your lifestyle. You said you want a motorbike. Get a good motorbike here, not a motorcycle, but a motorbike. That's about $2,000. Okay. Are you how many times you gonna eat out? You gonna go to the resort? Remember, you're gonna have the woman laying next to you. So how much is it gonna cost you for her? See, but yeah, that should last you. Now, if you got a job, that 40,000 is gonna last you a long time, because if you just say you got $1,500 to $2,000 coming in every month, on top of that 40,000, you're gonna be fine. You won't even have to touch the 40,000. You may touch 5,000 of it to get started. Then it's just gonna be there for an emergency.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's enough. In my humble opinion, because you're young. See, what you want to do before you get over here, though, is go to health insurance in the Philippines. It's a Facebook page. Talk to our Michael Onstead. Get you some insurance. You're young, man. You're good health. It'll be super cheap for you.
They actually passed an ordinance in the Philippines. They're saying that you need health insurance, and it has to cover up to 35,000. So I've actually already been in contact with one place already.
Yeah, that's COVID insurance. We're talking about health insurance.
Oh, health insurance. Okay.
Remember, the money's down there. Huh? Yeah, I'm talking about health insurance.
Oh, okay. Just all right. I'll look into that.
Yeah, that's totally different. Ronell, thanks for the super chat. He said it's dangerous holding money. A lot of hold-uppers and pickpockets. Yeah, but you're not going to carry that kind of money around with you, Ronell. you're going to have that locked away in your hotel or your Airbnb. You're going to carry around $100, $150 with you. Yeah, swab cancels all ATM fees. Yeah. I'd like to get a swab guy on here and tell us about this. Everybody says about swab. He gets that every month, but nobody gives us any particulars. Where do I open up a swab account? There's not one on the corner. I can't just go and open it up and, go through it. It's not a real bank. But that would be the way to go. Somebody told me USAA, if you qualify for that, they return fees. But remember, they're going to return the fees at the end of the month. They're still going to take them from you in real time. See? And I tell you, it's expensive over here. What is that? Okay. Get the money in the drawer. Let's see. Paul Hansen, he says, I figured $100 a day with the girlfriend to enjoy yourself. Man, that's a lot, man. What are you going to do with $100 a day over here? When you first get here, yeah, but that's a lot of money. What in the world are you going to do with that? Okay. One of the nicest beach resorts is called White Sands Beach Resort in Moncton. It's only $15 for you and her to get in. And then that includes 200 pesos each for your food, toward your food. So you can go there, it's really nice. It's like a 4-star place. You spend 30 then on drinks and food. How much? Okay. You're not even looking at 100 there. And every day, you're not going to want to live like that every day. What did you do when you got here, Rudy? When you came to visit your girlfriend, how long did you stay?
2 weeks.
What y'all end up doing?
What you call this? The first time I visited her, we went to Baguio, and yeah, you're right. What you call this? We didn't. My $100 or my 5,000 pesos lasted for the entire week.
Yeah, you really got to go out of your way, because sometimes, eventually you're gonna, even if you go to the tops, if you're in Cebu, man, you can go so many places. That $100 is gonna last you. You can go to the tops. That's about, for you and her in the taxi, he's gonna charge you about 800 pesos. That's about $16 to take you up there. You get up there, you're gonna spend 2 or 3 hours up there looking out all over the city. It's beautiful. You take your food up there with you, or buy your Coke and beer when you get up there. But $100 is a lot of money to spend over here just hanging out, unless you go to IT Park or somewhere like that, because they got places here that'll take that 5,000 and eat it right up. Road to the Philippines. Thanks for the super chat, Danny. I really appreciate you. He said, hey, Calvin, just bought my tickets yesterday for arriving there in May. What worries me is this whole negative RT-PCR test. What happens if you test positive? Do you stay home 5 days and then come over? Remember, the Philippines, only the airlines is only you and your healthcare provider is going to know that that positive test, okay? The airline's not going to know, Danny, first of all. But what I would do if I were you, this is what I told my friend in Guam. He lives over there. Well, he's from my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. He's been stuck in Guam for since November. He couldn't get in. 5 hours before he's getting ready to fly out of there, his test results come back. They're positive. If I were you, I'd buy that flexible ticket like Dana said. Make sure it's flexible. And then the week before my flight goes out, I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm staying in my house to make sure that I don't test positive. And that's no guarantee, but, you should be okay a week out. That's what I would do, because we just don't know enough about this, how you even catch it and all of that. And I would quarantine myself for a week. I wouldn't be around anybody for that week, and you'll be okay. I just took the test last week. I was negative, but I don't go anywhere. Retired 2019 says, Calvin, now I understand why the Philippines opened back up. Foreigners spending money. Yeah, it's a lot of money, man, that these guys are spending. $8,000 will last you 4 to 6 months if you live here and get out into the provinces and out of the big cities. Yeah, just don't go crazy. But yeah, Danny, make sure those tickets that you bought are flexible tickets. That way, if you test positive, you can just reschedule your flight because the airline's not going to know you tested positive. You're only going to show up at the airport if you got a negative test. But yeah, hey, Philip Applewhite, what's going on, brother? Let me ask y'all something. Does anybody know Levine White? I'm glad you came on, Phil Applewhite. You reminded me of that. I haven't seen Levine White in a long time, man. I hope he's okay. Beach of Life says, check out Danny on the road to the Philippines. I think Danny, and this is an honest truth, I think he's got a great channel. He's funny in his own way, and I don't know how he did it, but this guy he was here for 3 weeks, and he made enough content to start a YouTube channel. I don't know what hell, in 2 weeks, all I'd seen was the inside of the damn hotel room and the damn beach, Danny. I was getting tuned up, man. I don't know what the hell you were doing over there. Hey, YouTube Experiment said, hey, Calvin and Sunshine, show the swap. You buy online in the USA and they send the ATM card in the mail. Oh, okay. When I signed up, it took a while to get the ATM card. Hope that helps. Yeah, that helps. So how far out should we apply it then? How long did it take you? Because if you get over here and your ATM card comes at home, then hell, it's no good. So, okay, Rudy, you came over here for 2 weeks with your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Did you get to tune up every day or what? You know, because that'll tell you something about who you're with.
We every night, yeah. But what you call this? In the daytime, we explored Baguio from the park, Burnham Park, to even the what you call this? Mines View, and where else? We went to the strawberry farms. We went to the malls, and we went to that recreational facility, the one the military made. I forget what it, John Hay. Yeah, that's the one.
So was there any red flags? Was there any red flags that now that you can look back on it that you saw? Was she afraid? Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you get over here, if Philippine is really into you, man, she's gonna hold your hand. She's gonna put her arm around you. She's gonna let them know this is mine. This is my investment here.
Yes, she did all that. She did all that. She held my hands no matter what, and she held my arm and so forth like that, letting people know that I'm with her no matter what, where we went and so forth like that.
But when did you start seeing the cracks then, Rudy?
When she came here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think she was playing the long game. Because all the other stuff, no, I mean, she even saved all the money that was going into the account because I had to show that I was supporting her. So when she finally came here, because I was putting $100 every paycheck into the account or through PNB, when she came here, all that money was still there.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's not really you know what she wanted. Because she wanted that visa. But yeah, I'm glad, I just want you to, I'm not trying to get personal or anything, because everybody knows my story. I just want to kind of help guys to know what they're looking for. Moochie T says the airlines are making exceptions if you test positive. There will not be any additional fees on general. So you mean if you reschedule your flight, they're not going to charge you for that, Moochie? Is that what you're saying? Okay, he says it takes 14 days to get that ATM card. Business days, by the way. So that's really like 3 weeks. No, I'm not. He said, Calvin about to get in rude again. Because you can learn more from a failed relationship than you can one that you holding on, trying to make it work. And we're, remember this channel and these live streams and stuff, man, we're a community. We're trying to help each other, man, because, man, everything ain't what it seems when you get over here. It's some stuff you can look for and find out whether or not this is the one for you or not. So have you been chatting with anybody, Tariq?
Yeah, I have been. When I first got on, I was chatting with a lot, and that got overwhelming. So I was able to narrow it down to one, and I talked to her right now. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. She seems like a real nice person, and she works. She has a
Yeah.
business with her sister online where they sell clothing. But we'll see how it goes, though, man.
Yeah, everybody does that over here. I just want to let you know that, okay? See, that kind of stuff impresses us when we hear it, but when you get over here and see the reality of it, it's not doing a whole lot. When you got 100 people, okay, remember, I don't know if you're young enough, if you're old enough to remember, when janitorial services got popular back in the 90s, everybody in America wanted a janitorial service because they said, oh, I see Calvin doing it, I can do it. And then lawn care businesses. Everybody had their truck with the trailer and the lawnmower, the riding mower on the back, the weed eater. Well, that's what they do over here. You see one person selling clothes online or sorry store, piggery and all that. Everybody else tries to do it. Meanwhile, they have no business experience, no business plan. And so when she says, oh, yeah, my Filipino owns our own business. Yeah, maybe making 100 pesos a week, believe it or not. It's true. But the reason I ask you, because, when I used to chat online, man, it's the reason I didn't do it for long. It made my head hurt. They're asking all these questions, man, and even in the best situations, you want to be there right now, and I'm just too impatient for it, man. And
Yeah. They want a lot of my time, and they couldn't understand that I'm working. I'm driving a truck, and there was like a language barrier too, where I couldn't just video chat them because they couldn't always understand me, or I just didn't feel like talking. I was tired, and they can't understand that. After I've driven like 10 hours a day, the last thing I want to do is chat. So I kind of just, it was easier just to sort of just narrow down to one. She knows my schedule. She doesn't like overimpose on me. And it's much simpler now. It's much stress free now. So
yeah. Thanks, Saint Ozzy, for that super sticker. He said 100 pesos a week. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Moochie T. Dana Milton says, I repeat, tune up every day, run away. Well, it's just depends. He's 38, man. Rudy, how old are you? 55 or something?
I'm the same age as you, Calvin.
58. Well, see, we still in the tune up every day, Dana. I know you're 73, so you might want it every 3 days or something. I don't know what a 73-year-old schedule is. And everybody's different, really. I'm not picking on you, Dana, by the way. Hey, John Paul, thanks for the super chat. He said, 290 plus viewers. Come on, y'all. Let's hit that like button, man. Thank you. Let me answer this guy's question because he's answering the same question. Thanks, Ronnie, for the super chat. He said, what do you think of international driver's license? It's accepted here. And I'm going to go back to this one, Peaceful 100 times. He said, how do you get your ID or driver's license renewed there? I don't. My driver's license expires in my Kentucky driver's license in June of this year. And it's just going, if I don't get back in time to renew it, it's going to be expired. But what you can do, everybody knows when you get over in the Philippines, for the first 90 days, your license is valid. But before that 90 days is up, you can just go ahead and transfer it and get a Filipino license. If you don't, and you let it expire like John did, you got to go through that whole cycle, man. And it's expensive. It's time consuming over here. This isn't America, man, and England and all those places. I could go and take my daughter to get her driver's. Once she's got her permit, and then it's time for her driver's test, I can take her right in there, set an appointment, and boom, she's done in 5-10 minutes. Over here, man, you got to sit through 8-hour classes. You got to do all kind of crazy stuff, man. And that's crazy. But yeah, guys, I would suggest if you're going to chat online, and this is a fact, because Filipinos aren't going to tell you anything about them anyway. I don't care if you're on there a year or 1 week. You're going to have just as much information about her because you're 8,000 miles away from home. So to cut down the headaches, the frustration, because one thing it drives me crazy is I can't understand them and they can't understand me. They keep saying, what are you saying? And I'm saying, what are you saying? That kind of stuff drives me crazy. I would say 1 week out, man. If you 1 week out from coming here, I'd start chatting.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, Moochie T, you're right. He said, Calvin, you're doing great. I've seen some random channels recommended to me because they're using your name. Success sure brings haters. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get it why grown men do that. We don't, grown men where I come from, man, we may not manage our time the best, but we surely don't waste it on some of the stuff I see on YouTube and people doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ron, business says to Tariq, please don't show up at the airport with 40,000, over 9,999 without U.S. Customs permission. Yeah. I didn't keep all the super chat money for John. Didn't you see? See, here's what Moochie T's talking about, guys. Clowns like this. He says he's Calvin Cooley Rose Jr. He says, why did you keep all the super chat money there for John? We just had John's girlfriend on her food. I didn't keep not one penny of that. Get rid of him, by the way, Michael or Jacob. He's a troll. But, Moochie T, it's like your timing was great with that. Oh, absolutely. DJ Joe said, what's up, Calvin? U.S. citizen here watching from Angeles City. With the borders reopened, can't wait to see the famous Walking Street alive, blooming again. I'm going to get up there, DJ Joe. I've never been to Angeles City, and I'm on and off for 13 years. Now, DJ Joe, ask him a question, Tariq. He's in Angeles City.
Oh wow. Oh damn. Call me off guard then. Now, I guess I just want to know, like, it's not even about Angeles City. How was it when you first stepped off that plane? I mean, how was it? Like what's like the feeling? Like, I don't know. It's like I haven't never been that far from home before. That's kind of what is going through my mind right now.
Now, if you're going to Angeles City, I was told to fly into Clark. That's closer.
It costs a little bit more though, but it may be smarter just to fly into there and just pay the extra because Manila traffic is bad. I heard.
Oh yeah, man. Kelly T, this is to you, Scott. Tariq. He says, hopefully he didn't give her his flight details. Meet her once you get yourself settled.
I have I have not told her when I'm coming. I said I'm coming this year, but I won't give her the exact date because I don't want anyone meeting me at the airport. None of that. I learned from other foreigners. Don't do it.
A Beach of Life says, damn, I can't step away to take my bong for 1 minute without the throats coming out. Yeah, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Don't bring no weed over here, man. No, but this is on my bucket list because I really want. I'm never gonna compare Thailand and the Philippines. It's like apples and oranges, guys. It's not the same. You don't have to compare them. I think you take away from something when we do that. Just enjoy both of them. I mean, who cares? I mean, we're always doing that. That's our Western democratic thinking. Oh, this is better than that and blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe it is, man. But I'm going, and that may be where I go when I finally have to leave for my 1 day. Maybe I'll take a week in Thailand and come back. He says, this is my homeboy from Louisville, Kentucky, by the way. What's up, NYC Hip Hop? He says, are the bars back open in Angeles City? Yes. Now, Walking Street, I belong to a Facebook group. It's named after one of the bars there. And they said that the Koreans own a lot of the bars there now, and it's not the same as it used to be. To be honest with you. He said, yeah, you let your guard down, man, and the enemy got inside your perimeter. Okay, he's staying in, he says, Yoster Travel says, if staying 1 year in the Philippines, I recommend getting an international driver's permit from AAA, which is good for a year. It costs us 20 in many countries accepted. Yeah, that's great information. It's accepted over here, Ronell. Yeah, they compare the women. That's what they're doing, Harold Teal. But I mean, how do you upgrade from the best? Is all I'm saying. I mean, if somebody goes to Thailand and says, oh, man, this is the best, then how do you upgrade from that? You can't do it. And that's all I'm saying. I mean, you'd be hard pressed. I'd be hard pressed to find a better scenario than I've enjoyed over the last 13 years on and off with Filipino women. I don't know, man. Thailand, the women over there must be some damn good women, man. And that's a fact. He said, what about Dumagetti, Calvin? You're going to like Dumagetti. The only time you're going to see, people say, oh, it's foreigners stumbling all over each other. Not really. You'll see a lot of foreigners on the boulevard, at McDonald's in the morning. But really, they're getting absorbed into that Dumagetti. Because remember, Dumagetti has about 132,000 residents. But because people are always coming in and out, it's really like 440,000 people in that little area in a 24-hour period. That's a lot of people, but yeah, they got beautiful women, man. I say that everywhere, but really, man, when I went to Dumagetti this time, and I had to go to the immigration, it's like they're downtown. And man, from the time he got from the downtown to the Boulevard. Man, crazy. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. You know, I'm not into older women, but I was standing in line to get those Sylvanias, those cookie-like things that this lady had to have been 48 or 49. My God, she was fine as hell. Body and everything, man. Lloyd G, you said you have worked with Black Filipino TV. No, he said when all this pandemic and stuff is over, he was going to come down and meet me. But he's way up in Luzon. I'm down in the Western Visayas region, and it's not even. It's until recently, man, it's just hard to get around here. Dustin Patrick Peters says the Philippines opened today. Absolutely. It opened up in February the 10th. Will Shaw says the upgrade is infrastructure. Yeah, but remember, guys, we don't want to have this argument again, do we, Rudy? We don't come to these places for the infrastructure. I did. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all think I'm playing. When I came to the Philippines, all I did was I went online. Once I had the money, I went online, got my ticket, got my, I used a travel agency, got my reservation for the hotel, and I got on the plane and came over here. I knew nothing about the infrastructure. And once I got here, man, that kind of stuff, I'm simple, see. I don't have to stay in 5-star hotels and different stuff like that. I can adapt and put up with a whole lot to get what I want. See, hey guys, look, hey, here's another one, man. These guys, I mean, I wish they had something to do, man, really.
I was gonna say, Calvin, there's a channel. I wasn't trying to be negative, but there is a channel I saw. Yo, dude, they dedicate their whole time just to you. Like, you're famous. You're famous.
Yeah. See, that kind of stuff. When you first started out, because you said, hey, I'm thinking about starting a channel and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And you'll be on a pink cloud for a little while, right? But once YouTube pushes you out there, that's one thing that you got to deal with. And I didn't deal with it good at first because I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people driving by and, dumping on me and then taking off. You can't find them. But now I look at it as a compliment. Now I really do. It doesn't bother me. And if people didn't send it to me in my email, my message, I wouldn't know it was around. I concentrate on my viewers, my subscribers, and my supporters, man. That stuff, man. My life's an open book. I do that on purpose. I get out in front of that stuff, I don't want nobody making a video about how Calvin used to smoke crack. Okay, so what? That was 24 years ago. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about what I'm doing today. Hey, Ronell, thanks for the super chat. He said, would you visit Africa and Europe and Latin America, Australia, Japan? Well, I've been to Africa, been to Europe, but I've been to Italy. And where else did we go? I think Italy's the only place I've been. No, France. Latin America, I've been to Brazil, Colombia. I've flown into Japan. Never been to Australia. But I was going to South Africa before I came to the Philippines because I'm a big-time beach guy. I've always been. And they said that South Africa has really, they call it sugar sand beaches. And it's something that I really wanted to see. But I never made it. I came to the Philippines, man, and this place just fit me like a glove. Danny Martin says you collaborated with the Filipino people. No, I don't think I'm her type, to be honest with you. But I know I've influenced her content. Everybody's trying to get a little nittier and a little grittier now and tell the real story over here because it was too much sugar on her when I got on her, man. But I don't do a lot of sex videos anymore. Every now and then I talk about it, but every time you look up, you know, people, it's more to the Philippines than that. Man, I tell you what, I saw Roger and Ish Morelda yesterday, and I congratulated them on the growth of their channel. And they have the inside track to just unbelievable content, but you know, I can't think for them. I can't think for them. You have to understand, it's what I was telling my girlfriend this morning. I have to do some of the best videos that's ever been on YouTube in order for people to watch me. I can't wear a bikini. I can't do the simple stuff that a lot of these other channels can do, man. I got to get deep. You know, I got to do award-winning videos just for people to watch me, man. And that's the disadvantage of being a foreigner over here. Man, you know, I don't say if I was this or if I was that, but man, if I was a Filipino, man, I'd have 1 million subscribers because I could say stuff, I could do stuff, I could go places that I just can't do being a foreigner. No, I would never renounce my U.S. citizenship. And you don't need to over here. The Philippines, even if I'm a permanent citizen, I don't have to renounce my U.S. citizenship. No, I'm always going to be an American citizen. Yeah, he said must be doing right if you got haters. Yeah, and that's really a fact, man. Oh, okay. He said, where's Gail Force? He came on here and made everyone subscribe to his news channel, then doesn't put out news. He's a preacher, though, I think. Yeah, Gail Force is a preacher, too. Believe it or not. Lamont tells us, I was shown the ropes from a Miami expat about Walking Street in English City. They said it's not the English City that it used to be, but I don't know. I'm going to let y'all know when I get there. He said, Calvin, you don't have to do award-winning videos. Just be you. I am. I'm just saying that, you know, Albert, you know, I just can't. I'm unable to make those type of videos because of who I am. So I have to make like deep videos. People won't even look at me. Hey, Brazilano Shelton, thanks for the super chat. He said, please, Cal, no bikinis for you, brother. We have to contend with that head of yours already. Okay, you got me on that one. Let's see, Victor Alexander, you're doing great, informative videos. I learned so much from watching. Thanks, Cal. Hey, thanks, Victor. I appreciate it. Victor's 58. I think his girlfriend's 55. And I wasn't picking on you, Victor, the other day when I said, that's just too old for me. It is. But, you know, to each his own, man. Ronell says, what do you think about Eastern European women and African women? I don't have any experience with either one of them, Ronell. I've only met one Eastern European lady, and she was a friend of mine in Louisville, Kentucky. He's married to a Filipina. His brother went over to Ukraine and married a Ukrainian woman. And I'd have to take the Filipino, man. I don't care. They're beautiful women, but man, it's just so much culture and language barriers and stuff like that. Hey, Michael Onstead, thanks for the super chat. He says, I'm doing travel insurance with COVID now. He's caught up, guys. Let me put this up there, because why don't you put your email up there, Mike, in the comment section so I can put it up here on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll definitely contact him for that.
Gregory says, I heard other people say boots on the ground experience, and we all know where they get that from. Yeah, thanks, you guys, man. I really appreciate y'all. Now, I don't want to get in a bikini, Roy. Yeah, she was beautiful, but hell, he couldn't understand her. She couldn't understand him. So I guess it all goes on in between the sheets, Daniel. And sometimes you got to get out of the damn bed, though. And yeah, roll to the Philippines. See, here's Danny. Check out his channel, by the way, guys. I promise you won't be disappointed. This guy's funny. If I ever decide to start another like Sunshine Shoulders, Moonshine Shoulders type show, Danny's going to be my co-host. Me and him could bounce off of each other. But he says it's sad that a young, hot Filipino can start a YouTube channel with absolutely no content, but shaking her ass on video and gets 10,000 subscribers in a week. Yeah. And that's a great point. And if Roger and Esmeralda are watching, I had given them some advice one time, and I said, hey, look, why don't you start, because when I met them, they had 11,000 subscribers already, but not many views. And I said, hey, why don't you kind of start talking about things that foreigners are interested in? Healthcare, relationships, budgeting. And, you'll see your channel grow and getting better. And they do a lot of sex videos now. And you have to be careful when you do that because you don't know who's watching. You don't want to feed that beast because if you do, now that the Philippines is open, man, I tell you what, it's some psychos to be coming over here. And I don't do as many sex videos as I used to do. You just got to be careful, man. And he's got a beautiful wife. And I don't know, man. They're on a slippery slope. I can't tell people what content to do. But they've got so much more they could do. They're young, man. They're attractive. They're intelligent, and they've got access to this whole country. I don't have access to, man. If I was them, man, I'd go down to Towie. I'd show y'all some stuff, man. Look like you're getting tired, Rudy. I got to get about 5 more minutes. I'm going to get off of here. Okay. Alexander Neverman says, so Calvin, what insurance you decided to go with? Pacific Cross. I'm doing the Select Plus, and what they do is 17,000 pesos a year, and they pay 500,000 per year for illness. See, because I don't want to pay too much for my insurance over here. I don't want to have over too much coverage. But Pacific Cross, and I got it through Michael Onstead, by the way. Hey, Iskandari TV, thanks for the super chat. Said, good morning, everyone. Super Bowl tomorrow, Philippine time zone. Looking forward to meeting a lot of the guys in April. Yeah, thanks, man. And because of him, I'll be able to watch the Super Bowl. This guy, man, I'm going to tell you something. This type of subscribers I got. It's Iskandari TV, Victor Gordon. He's one of the guys. He really lives a good life over here, America. He's got this app, man. It's Iskandari TV. He sent me. It's a Fire Stick, but he's reconfigured it some kind of way to do his business, and he markets. This is not an endorsement. He markets to expats. He gave it to me, man. Now I can watch live TV from over in America. Sports, all of it. My favorite TV shows and all that. Thank you, man, by the way, for that. And he doesn't charge me for it. Ronnie, thanks for the super chat. What do you think of OnlyFans? A lot of women are doing it. This social media, man, is so much now. Are you part of OnlyFans, Rudy, or do you sneak and watch it when your son is asleep?
No.
I don't watch it. I've never been on there, Ronnie, to be honest with you.
I have other stuff to do, Calvin. Remember, I'm an IT, so I don't go to that stuff.
Hey, John Paul, thanks for that super chat. He said, I love your vlogs. You got a #1 movie. For me, it's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The ending broke my heart. What movie broke your heart? Well, it didn't really break my heart. I like The Color Purple. That's the first movie I can remember as a grown man. I was in my 20s then when it came out. Crying, tears coming in my eyes. But I like Shawshank Redemption. I like the way that ended. It's a lot of good movies. I like what's the movie that Denzel Washington plays he's like the loner, and when people get done wrong, he goes and revenges the people.
Not the negotiator. That's it's the Fixer. Oh, I know what you're talking about. They just came out with the
with a number two, with a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I got so many good movies. I tell you a movie that I was shocked that it would come up on my Netflix, and I wouldn't watch it. I kept passing it. It's with Will Smith. I think it's called 7 Pounds or something.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
That's a great movie, man. Now you talking about? I kept on passing it up until one time I'm sitting here and I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me watch this. Oh man, it was a great movie. You see the hairs on my arm is raising up. It's really a good movie. Rudy sleeping. Yeah, Rudy, answer that question, man. Have you ever? Yeah, The Equalizer. Thanks, Dana.
Equalizer.
That was it.
Have you ever been on OnlyFans? You blushed when I said that, Rudy.
No, I haven't been on OnlyFans. I know what it is, though.
What is it, Rudy?
No, it's what you call this. If you go to it, then you'll be able to get the specific content that's very explicit.
Oh man, you dirty puppy. There's this guy, okay. He says, good morning, Chat and Calvin. Finally made it home to St. Carlos City. Give us your experience, you dirty puppy, man. And I look forward to meeting you, man. Maybe we can go to Mr. C, have a cup of coffee, mild wine, dinner, whatever, man, and I talked to Arthur the other day. He said you bought a nice lot over in South Villa. And I think he's going to do some work for you. But I want to meet you, man. This guy lives in St. Carlos City. But give us your information. Give us your experience, coming through immigration. Oh, okay, Cam Girls. He said, Rudy, take a blue diamond. What's that? What's the blue diamond? Is that the Viagra?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see when I was in Dumagetti, the guys trying to sell me Cialis and Viagra? You're going to run into that, especially in Cebu. Don't buy that junk, man. The Sting, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the spook who sat behind the door. These are good movies. I'm glad y'all telling me because when I get on Iskandari TV, I can't come up with these movies. There's so many movies up there. I'm glad y'all. Excuse me. I'm gonna go back and watch this stuff. I like those old Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier movies.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Uptown Saturday Night.
Uptown Saturday Night.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. Hurricane. Oh, okay. 10,000 black men named George. He said the Viagra don't work. Oh, yeah. Think and Grow Rich. That's a good book. Wait. But it's really not. It's not a book that you read one time and you put it down. You can see, man, this thing is worn, man. If you want to get inspired, man, they've got a chapter in here because that's what this is, like a manual that you go back. The chapter on desire, man, if you want to get up off the couch, man, it will literally lift you up and make you do something, man. This is a hell of a book.
It
and
is.
One guy got on here, he said, oh, that book's a scam, it don't work. Well, that's the reason I'm sitting here right now. Is because some of the ideas I got out of that book.
That
But
was one of the
read
most
the
powerful I read.
Yeah, they got another one that he was writing specifically for black people when he died in 1970. They gave it to Dr. Dennis Kimbrough to finish, man. It's called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Oh, man. He does the same thing Napoleon Hill does, but he he uh he went and interviewed like 200 of the richest most successful black people in America. It's a great book, man. Okay, you dirty puppy. He said, see you soon. Immigration was a cluster. Luckily, I spent time to research apps and documents, and it was smooth for me. Yeah, I figured that until they really get a routine down, it's going to be a damn cluster fuck. Okay, he says, I joined the army because of Hurt Locker. Barry Carey says, I've never been married at 54 here in Australia and have no intention of ever going down that road. Too much to lose. Yeah. And on that, in that description, I said, yeah, a lot of guys go down here and walk down the aisle. Walk down the plank. Aisle. Yeah, guys, it doesn't matter if you get married here in America or Australia. You're still married, man. It's still that same, ball and chain foolishness. And the ball actually is bigger over here, believe it or not. And y'all don't think it is, but the ball is actually big over here. But yeah, guys, I got to get out of here. We go to the. Was that enough? Everything we needed.
I only have left 700.
No, what we have to get? Did you get all the material?
Yeah, no. Just.
We'll go get it, honey. So,
I will wait until 1
okay, I want them to finish today. But yeah, we go to the grocery store on Sunday, man, and I got this this electrician. I gotta watch him because he came in here and hit me over the head, really, with this price. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm shocked. But see, this is the only time you're gonna have to pay the skin tax. He did the wiring on my house. Okay. So he knows that we built the house. Then he comes back and he sees that the gate is done. So he's thinking, oh, there's money in there. He doesn't really know. It took everything I had to build this house in that wall. But in their mind, this guy's got some money. Knowing good and well, if he went right across the street and did the same exact work that he was doing for me, he'd be lucky to get 500 pesos. Am I right? How much do you think he would get from a Filipino doing the same work? Be honest with you. Just give me a figure, honey. 600 pesos. Yeah.
Dollars.
But he's trying to get 6,000 from me. Man.
It depends on the.
But anyway, guys, I'm going to give my panel the last words, man. I thank y'all for y'all time, especially you, Tariq, man. I know you driving and everything because, hell, Rudy is lazy. He's going to sleep any damn way. Leave us with some good stuff, Rudy. Bitcoin, failed relationships, OnlyFans, whatever you want to take. You got a minute.
Well, as you know, when the market crashed, everything went kablooey, especially Bitcoin. So it's a good time to buy now, specifically because of Ethereum and the DeFi finance. So I would suggest that everybody get on the ball and get some Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's once it goes up by the middle of this year, you're gonna lose out.
Okay, what about failed relationships? Give us a red flag to look for, Rudy. Woman over here.
If they ask for money, then yeah, that's a red flag.
But you said your girlfriend didn't ask for money because you were sending it automatically. So how could you see the red flag?
Well, but like I said, I made money from Bitcoin, so I would just send it to her. But as in my money here, which I make personally from my job and so forth, I don't get that. That's my money, and I can use it for my bills and so forth like that. My Bitcoin money, well, that's I make that out of I make that out of mining and so forth like that, so I can use that for whatever I want.
Oh, okay. Hey, you dirty puppy, because here's my number, and if you can, I'll put it here because I don't care if they want to call and do some prank calls way over here. It's going to cost you $20 a minute to check if you want to be a troll and call my number. Okay. What's up, Tariq, man? Michael Beach says, good luck, man. Keep putting the work in. Go ahead and give us your last thoughts, man.
Yeah, Michael. Thank you for that. Thank you for anyone that gave me advice. Thank you for having me on here, man. I'm not normally this shy, but yeah, this is the first time I'm on the panel. So yeah, now Cal, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a powerful thing. Trust me, you're making a difference in a lot of people's lives that you don't even know. And Rudy, it was great meeting you. So that's about
Yes,
all.
you too.
Yeah, thanks, Tariq, man. You're way ahead of the game, man. At 38, getting things together, leaving that hamster wheel, man. You can always go back. And see, that's the thing I want to stress to people. Okay, so what if you come over here and fail? We'll help you get back home. You can get things back together and try it again. But you're sure to fail if you don't try. You might fail if you try, but you're sure to fail if you don't try. So that's the way I look at it, guys. Thank y'all so much for your super chat, super stickers. Thank my panel. I had 2 more people, but they didn't show up. I had Texas to Zoe, and I forgot the other person I sent the link to, but thank you for all your thumbs up. Do we got 200 thumbs up yet? Can anybody see that? All your support, man. I'm approaching 33,000 subscribers. Man, it's off the charts. I think I've got a couple of moderators off the cuff adventures with Jamie. I had about 5 or 6 before, but hell, they left for one reason or other. My next live stream I'm gonna do on YouTube so I can appoint me a few more moderators. I can't do it on here. But thank y'all so much, man. I really appreciate it. I never take it for granted, guys. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. If you ain't checked out my video, check it out, guys. It's not about racism. It's about inclusion over here in the Philippines. It's called Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun in the Philippines? And it's really a play on words. One of my heroes, Reginald Francis Lewis, you know, the entrepreneur, businessman, scholar, philanthropist. He wrote a best-selling book about that. When he was 6 years old, he asked his grandfather, he said, he saw the success and achievement white men were having around him. You know, of course, he's African-American. And he asked his grandfather, he said, why should white guys have all the fun? He said, I want to have some fun too, you know, and that set him off on a trail of just extraordinary achievement, man. You know, he died in 1993. He was about to buy Paramount Studios when he died. I mean, but he wrote a best-selling book, man. That's where I got it from, guys. It's not, you know, my channel's not like that. My videos are inspirational, motivational, entertaining, most of the time informative, but I never bash anybody or put anybody down. So thank y'all so much, man. I'm going to go to the grocery store and see what this guy's doing out here for. He charged me 10 times the normal rate. He better them damn lights better be gold, Tariq. with Bitcoins inside of them, Rudy. Take care, everybody.
Take care.